If your garden feels like it costs more every year instead of less, it's probably not the garden's fault. It's a handful of habits that quietly drain money out of your wallet without you ever noticing. I'm going to walk through 7 of the most common ones, mistakes that look completely normal, that most gardeners repeat every single season, and that are the real reason gardening ends up costing far more than it should. Fix even 3 or 4 of these, and you'll notice the difference by the end of this season. Welcome back to Thrifty Root Garden. This channel exists to help you grow more and spend less. And honestly, this video might save you more money than any single tip I've put out so far, because most of what's draining your garden budget isn't a lack of knowledge. It's habit. Every mistake on this list is something almost every gardener does without thinking twice about it, myself included at some point. None of these require buying anything new to fix. They just require doing the thing you're already doing slightly differently. Let's get into it. Number 1, buying transplants instead of seeds. A single tomato transplant at a garden center often costs as much as an entire packet of tomato seeds, and one packet can start 10 or more plants. The convenience of a transplant feels worth it in the moment, but over a season, the math is brutal. You're paying 5 to 10 times more per plant for something that seeds do just as well, just a few weeks earlier in the process. Number 2, replacing soil instead of building it. Buying bagged soil or fertilizer every single season is one of the biggest recurring costs in gardening, and it's largely avoidable. Compost made from kitchen scraps and yard waste replaces most of what bagged soil amendments do, for free, and it improves every year instead of needing to be repurchased every year. The upfront habit of composting costs almost nothing and eliminates a cost that otherwise never goes away. Number 3, watering on a schedule instead of checking the soil. Watering every day out of habit, regardless of whether the plant needs it, wastes water and often does more harm than good. Overwatered plants are more prone to root rot and fungal disease, which then costs you the plant entirely. Checking the soil a couple of inches down before watering takes 10 seconds and prevents both wasted water and the far more expensive cost of losing a plant to root rot. Number 4, letting pests get out of control before acting. Waiting until an infestation is obvious usually means the damage is already done, and it usually means reaching for a store-bought pesticide to catch up. Checking plants every few days for early signs of pests lets you handle small problems with a handpick or a homemade spray instead of an expensive chemical treatment after the fact, and it protects the harvest you already invest. DN. Number 5, ignoring plant spacing instructions. Cramming plants closer together than recommended feels like it maximizes a small space, but overcrowded plants compete for nutrients, get less airflow, and are far more prone to disease, which often means losing plants entirely rather than getting a bigger harvest from the same space. Proper spacing costs nothing and consistently outproduces overcrowded beds per plant. Number 6, tilling or disturbing soil every season. Tilling breaks down soil structure and destroys the underground fungal networks that help plants access nutrients efficiently, which means the soil needs more fertilizer input to perform the same way it would if left undisturbed. Skipping the till and adding compost on top, instead, protects that structure for free and reduces how much fertilizer the bed actually needs over time. Number 7, buying new tools every season instead of maintaining what you have. A rusted, dull tool often gets replaced instead of cleaned and sharpened, even though basic tool maintenance costs nothing but a few minutes. Wiping tools clean after use, oiling metal parts, and sharpening blades once or twice a season can make a basic tool set last for a decade, instead of needing replacement every year or two. If even one of these hit close to home, subscribe. This channel is built entirely around finding the places where gardening costs more than it needs to and fixing them for free. Let me know in the comments which of these 7 you're guilty of, because honestly, most of us are guilty of at least a couple. Quick recap. Buying transplants instead of seeds replacing soil instead of building it, watering on a schedule instead of checking the soil, letting pests get out of control before acting, ignoring plant spacing instructions, tilling every season, and buying new tools instead of maintaining what you have. None of these fixes cost money. They just cost a slightly different habit. That's the list. If this saved you money you didn't even know you were losing, hit like. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people trying to garden without overspending to do it. And subscribe if you want next week's video the moment it's up. I'll see you in the next one.